Hey lippy lovers, welcome back. Today we are doing this Flower Power Mother Nature inspired Halloween look. I'll let you guys decide in the comments what it is. I had this idea for this look after my friend Heather did a watercolor flower look for a contest a few months back, and I wanted to kind of give her technique a try. I mean, it's Halloween, so I feel like you can get away with anything, but I don't really know what the costume is. So if you guys want to decide what this is, let me know in the comments. I would say it's like Flower Power, Mother Nature, Flower Child. I guess you could say Flower Child. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to recreate this. I'm using ShadowSense by ShadowSense, but you of course can use whatever shadows you have at home. Guys, still haven't gotten my nails done yet, by the way. I suck. I don't know if you saw on my Instagram stories, but in the middle of filming this look, I had to go to Walmart to get my husband some medicine because he's been sick, and I had to go with no eyebrows on. So that was pretty traumatic. I actually have colored contacts in. I don't know if you guys can even tell. I got these in Taiwan when we were there, and this is the first time I did an eyebrow cover up, you guys. I know how to do it in concept for a really long time, so this is the first time I actually did it like on camera for a look. Let me know in the comments how you guys celebrate Halloween at your house. I know some people don't go trick-or-treating, some people do like trunk or treats. I always went trick-or-treating growing up, and this past year was my first time passing out candy, and we really didn't get that many trick-or-treaters. So is that like not a thing anymore? Do people like not do that? I don't know, let me know in the comments. I'm really excited to be bringing you guys a lot of fun Halloween looks. I'm wanting to get into more theatrical fun makeup, and this is the perfect excuse, so I hope you guys enjoy. Keep watching to see how to create this floral watercolor look. I'm starting off this look by concealing my eyebrows. I'm going to be using the purple Elmer's glue stick and just getting as much product on the brows as possible. This is not a super in-depth tutorial on how to do this, so if you guys want to see a step-by-step, let me know. So with the first layer, I'm just getting as much product as possible and smoothing it out with a spoolie. I probably should have used a little spatula on this layer, but you know, hindsight is 20/20, it's fine. Now I'm going to do this about 2 times. I think I might have done like 2.5. And then let it dry totally before I move on to color correcting and then concealing, and then we can get started on the look. The most important thing is to get the brows smooth as possible. Next, I'm using Terracotta Blush Scents to color correct some of the darkness. My eyebrows are microbladed, so I had a little bit more trouble than you typically would concealing my eyebrows. This is going to help to counteract the darkness and really color correct on that bottom layer. You're not going to see this though, because I'm going to be covering it with a mixture of light and white concealer, which I'm doing right now. Now between layers of concealer, I did some translucent powder just to set it and give it a little bit more oomph. One of the reasons I think the ShadowSense concealer works so well for this is because it doesn't crease, so I really didn't have any issues with getting creases or lines in it throughout the night. I think I did at least 2 to 3 layers of concealer with powder in between just to get the coverage I needed. I think the microblading made it harder. Now I'm going to move on to my foundation. I'm using Make Sense foundation in the shade Almond. I'm using it all over my face with just a flat kabuki brush. I like brushes better than a beauty blender to do makeup, but especially for this look, because if I were to use a beauty blender over the eyebrows, it would reactivate the glue, just because beauty blenders typically you would soak it in water to get that really spongy texture, and the water would reactivate the eyebrows. So definitely avoid using a wet beauty blender over eyebrows that you've covered with glue. On the eyebrow area, I'm just being really careful not to rub with the brush and use a stippling motion to get the most coverage and not to disturb any of that glue or concealer. The next part of this look, I'm going to be speeding up because it took so long, so bear with me, you guys. Now first, I'm going to be taking these temporary tattoos, and I've started to cut them up into individual pieces. I'm going to be laying them out in a design, so I kind of just did this as I went. I'm wearing a strapless dress so that I can put some on my shoulders and kind of have some going up my neck as well. So I'm just applying these with water, just like you did temporary tattoos when you were a kid. I actually hate the texture of these things, so the fact that I did this look is kind of a miracle. I wanted to cut the designs up so that I could have a more customized layout, and I could do some flower eyebrows and have it climbing my neck and whatnot. So I really did kind of customize this, but that's kind of what took so long. This look took me about 4 hours total. And that's with the little break I had going to get Matthew some food. Now the eyebrows are done, I'm gonna move on to having my face on one side of my face, and then I'm gonna do my shoulder as well. I did have issues with the tattoo sticking on the edges, so I think I needed to use a little bit more water, or maybe wet my skin first, or maybe it was the foundation. I'm not really sure, but hey, it worked out. Now I basically just layered them as best I could and kind of fit little flowers in and gave it some more texture, and I really wanted it to be customized. So I think I did a pretty good job of that. The tattoos I got had about, I think, 9 different designs, and I'll put the link down to those temporary tattoos in the description. I would say this part probably took the longest just because I had to figure out where I wanted everything, and I had to cut out some extra pieces just to kind of fit what I was already doing. But I also think this was the most fun part. I had fun kind of creating this whole layout and design. I won't make you guys sit through the whole application, so I'm gonna move on to painting in the flowers. First, I decided to try it out with the white concealer with this bottom one just to see what happens if I use this as a base and then fill in the shadows over it. So I did white concealer, and then I'm using Pink Frost ShadowSense right now to fill in the base of it, and then I'm gonna add in shading and whatnot later. I'm just using a really small liner brush for this. I decided that I didn't like how the white really covered up the black lines, which is why you'll see I had to add some sketch look to it, you'll see later. But basically, I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do the flowers, so this was kind of experimental. I added in a mixture of Violet ShadowSense and Pink Frost as the shading, and that's kind of why we see this darker purple shade here. And it was just kind of painting like you would a regular flower on paper, but on my body. The hardest part was trying to see it, actually. So you can see I'm using a hand mirror, my mom's old Mary Kay palette, to fill in the flowers. Definitely the hardest part was my neck, the side of my neck, trying to fill it in and get inside the lines, which is why I kind of decided to end up making it look like watercolors and going outside the lines, just to make it more soft and not as precise so that I could actually do the look. The shadows actually dry pretty fast because they're cream to powder, so they really didn't have any issues with blending them or layering them. I think adding in the shading was one of the things that took the longest, and I really didn't want to move on from one section until I had finished it. So you can see me going in, adding the shading, trying to get that watercolor look, really textured. This neck part was the hardest part, you guys. I really struggled, but hey, it was a learning experience, right? I'm going in with green on top of the leaves and kind of blending it out so that it's not so precise and doesn't look so perfect. I won't bore you guys and make you watch everything, so I'm gonna skip ahead to the next section after I finish filling in all these flowers. To make these flowers kind of look sketched, I used a liquid liner pen to kind of go over the black lines and make them look more hand-drawn. One of the reasons I did this is because these shadows are so pigmented, they really did cover up the lines and it looked less crisp and, you know, less professional like I wanted it to. But also because I kind of wanted it to look more sketched, like it was a sketch from an artist's book that kind of just appeared on my face. So I'm going here on the other side, filling in the flowers. I'm trying to use more white on this side because I want to put white in the eyebrows. I just didn't want to be too repetitive with the colors, so I was trying to give some variation but still tie it together. So you can see I'm using the red and the ones that kind of look like roses, trying to use pinks and purples, just soft colors like you would actually see in a garden. Personally, I think my eyebrows are my favorite part of this look. I used a super tiny paintbrush actually to do this. I got this from Michael's when I was doing lip art last summer, so I got it just for really fine details and it came in handy for this look. You can get one just at your local Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I think it was like less than $5. I'm sure it was like $1 or $2. It was really cheap. So I'm going in here with Mystic Moss and Green ShadowSense to fill in the green, and then I'm filling in the flowers with Snow, and then I'm gonna put a dot in the middle of Yellow ShadowSense to be the center of them, kind of like they're like daisies. I also went in with the yellow on a few other areas just to kind of pull the yellow into the rest of the look so it didn't stick out too much. I probably should have done this first, but I didn't think about it. I'm just going in and adding a little contour with Mocha Java ShadowSense and going in with the same liquid eyeliner pencil and doing the lines like I did on the chest, neck tattoo area. just to make it look a little bit more detailed. I didn't exactly love how it turned out for the eyebrows, but hey, giving myself some flexibility because this is my first time doing a look this intricate. I challenge you guys to push yourself and do something out of your comfort zone because this look was definitely out of my comfort zone. Now I'm gonna move on to the eyes. I didn't put a base down because I didn't think about it, but I used Pink Hibiscus Shimmer as the shade for the crease and the whole lid in this look. I'm gonna do kind of a soft pink halo. So starting out with that Pink Hibiscus, these are limited edition and I still have a couple left. It's a really pretty kind of shimmery hot pink. I went all the way around my eye with this one, so I did the bottom lash line as well, and of course you have to make this really attractive face when you put eyeshadow on your bottom lash line. On the lid, I'm using Amethyst ShadowSense to give a little bit more dimension and pull some of that purple into the look. I missed a lot of product shots, so you guys will have to forgive me. I have a list of everything down below in the description. This is the inner corner and highlight color on the lid. My camera actually died, so you guys didn't get to see me put it on, but this is the same halo technique that I use in a lot of my ShadowSense tutorials here on my channel. Now I'm gonna use the new limited edition purple liner to line my waterline and a little bit on top of the lid, and of course the waterline. I always do the waterline. I'm gonna throw some falsies on real quick, but first I'm gonna coat my lashes with some black waterproof mascara just so that the lashes blend in with my natural lashes. I had some spare Ardell lashes laying around, so I just used those for this look. You don't always have to have super expensive lashes for them to look good. When I was editing this, I was really kicking myself for not taking more product shots, so you guys will have to forgive me, but I actually finished this look at like 3 in the morning, so it was not my top priority, and I apologize. Now I'm moving on to the lips. For the base layer, I'm using Violet Lip Sense. And this product, I've had this one a little bit longer than most of my other colors, so it's actually kind of changing colors at this point. I've had it for 2 years, which is longer than you're supposed to have it. Now I'm gonna have 2 layers of Mauve Ice on top of this, which normally looks awful on me by itself, but I really liked how it turned out layered with Violet. Last step before I move on to my wig is just a little bit of highlighter on the cheekbones and then on my nose and on my Cupid's bow. So I just wanted to give that little pop of highlight. This one is Pearlizer by Senegence. It's not a super bold highlighter, but it got the job done. We're gonna speed through this next part so that you guys don't have to sit through an even longer video. So for the wig for this look, I actually braided in 3 braids instead of 2 braids, just so it would lay a little bit flatter. I have a lot of hair, so if you don't have as thick of hair, you might not have to do this. I'm using a few bobby pins to pin these back to my head to keep them flat, and then I'm laying a wig cap over top so that I get a really tight application with this wig. I'll put a link to the wig in the description. I had a lot of people ask last time. This one's kind of a pastel peach color. I haven't worn contacts since I got LASIK in 2016, so I thought it would be fun to throw on some colored contacts I got when we were in Taiwan. Okay, let's take a look at the finished look. I need name ideas for this. I still don't really have any direction or anything, so let me know what you guys think in the comments, what you think we should name it. What do you guys think of the final look? I didn't really have a costume to go with it. I'm wearing like a floral romper, but you could wear like a pastel dress, or even like white. What if you wore like a watercolor white dress with it? That'd be really pretty. Let me know what you would wear with it in the comments. I did put a preview of this look on TikTok. Let me know if you saw it. Our viewer of the week is... Hey girl, hey! Thanks for being one of my amazing viewers. Give her a like, a subscribe, a thumbs up, all the things. Remember to be my viewer of the week. All you have to do is be one of my subscribers and leave me a comment so that I know that you watched. And you get bonus points if you're in my notification squad. You can always put hashtag notification squad so I know that you get my notifications. If you want to get my notifications, make sure you tap that bell when you subscribe to my channel. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts. If you guys haven't seen my Tutorial Tuesday from this week yet, be sure to go check it out. You can click the link on your right to watch it. Don't forget to click below to subscribe.